Greetings folks, Rome21 here, and welcome to a new toy review. Before we get started, I just want to address what's going on with my channel. First, anybody new, I'd like to say welcome to the channel, and for my existing fans, I would like to let you know that we are actually rebooting the channel, similar to what Marvel and DC does. All of our old content will still be on here. It'll be filed into a playlist down below that says Classic Rome21. From this point on, this channel will be dedicated to reviewing kaiju, dinosaur, and other science fiction merchandise. If you have any questions or concerns regarding that, feel free to message me or comment below. And without further ado, here's the toy. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Japan 6-inch Godzilla 2014 figure. This toy was released in July of 2014, 2 weeks before the Japanese release of the film. Some good notes about the toy. I think the detailing is very good. A lot of nice scarring and bumps, and the scales look great, the deformations and all that. All the way down the body. It's what you'd expect from Bandai Japan for this kind of toy. Really well done for the price point. Even for the price point, it actually exceeds a lot of other toys that I've seen. Paint application is fairly good. It's on the toenails, the fingernails. The spines have a little bit of a glossy look, as well as the legs and the arms. It's kind of a tannish color on the chest. The head has a nice, individual teeth are painted. The mouth painted correctly. The eyes are this reddish color with, of course, a dot for a pupil. The underside is well painted until you get to about the tail. Halfway through the tail, they just quit. And it boils down to really, it's business, and I understand how that works. It's how much material they can, stand to use on any particular product to keep their profit margins up, and so on and so forth. Like, I understand that, and I just wish they could have sprayed all the way down the tail. It would have been good. It would have been great. That's alright. Another thing is the proportions seem kind of odd on this figure. Arms seem a little bit long for me. Head seems a little bit small. I've seen some other versions of this figure, and I don't know. It's just the head just seems tiny compared to the rest of the body. I understand that they designed this Godzilla different than other ones, but it just seems really on the minuscule side. Even the figure's height, he is not very big. So I'm going to go ahead and move him to the side real quick, and we're going to drop in our old yardstick. So my old fans will recognize this. It's Hydra from Ultraman. And that is pretty much, that's side by side right there. And as I said, this is from the 6-inch line. Godzilla is probably about 5.5, if not a little bit under 5.5 inches. Hydra is exactly at 6 inches. That's why I call him my yardstick. I've measured him. It's pretty much right at 6. And again, it's going to boil down to material, because Hydra doesn't have as long of a tail. It was made a long time ago. The mold was. But it's modern stuff. I get it. The detailing's better on the new toy. It's made of a different type of plastic. Bandai seems to be shifting to smaller toys. Of course, their Ultraman 500 lines, like 4 or 5-inch toys, so it is what it is, but a little bit on the small side. Detail's still really good. Paint's still pretty decent. All in all, it's pretty good stuff. This Godzilla first appeared in the second self-titled American Godzilla film, released on May 16th, 2014 in the US, and July 23rd, 2014 in Japan. This interpretation of Godzilla is very similar to some other ones that you've seen in some of the later Japanese films, kind of the 90s on up. He's kind of considered a force of nature, more natural description of the creature, where in this film he is an apex predator, a prehistoric apex predator that is dormant for a long period of time, or really becomes active only under specific situations. Particularly in this film, there was a mating call between two species of other prehistoric creature that Godzilla picked up on and wanted to either get rid of for territorial reasons, or also for self-preservation, as they're parasitic species, and they may or may not feed on other large predatory animals like Godzilla, given specific situations. This one in particular was hit with an atomic bomb in the mid-50s. That's where you get that nice keloid scarring, which is raised scarring from injuries. Humans get it too. Pretty much every Godzilla's had it since the beginning of time, starting with the 1954 Godzilla. It's kind of a signature trait. It's on this figure, but it's done in a little bit different fashion. But it looks good. It looks very nice. This version of Godzilla has yet to appear in any other films. However, a sequel has been announced and will be released in June 2018 as it sits. As for pricing and availability, I've seen these things go anywhere from $16 to about $40. They've been out for just about a year, around 10 months at the time of this recording. There's still quite a few of them out there. I see them pop up all over. Just be careful where you buy it from. A lot of this stuff, like anything, will be gouged because of eBay and certain sellers. And I understand they didn't make a profit. I'm not trying to, because I know a lot of people that sell this merchandise. Just make sure where you get it from a good place, and shop around a little bit, because there's still a lot out there. This is not rare yet. And like I said, it hasn't even been a year. I don't know when they stopped producing it, but for toys like this, for those of you that don't know, they only produce them for so long, and then they just quit. It's like with any other toy, but it seems in Japan that these things tend to run out faster than others. As my final verdict, I'd say I'd really recommend the toy. Grab it if you can, especially if you like the movie. I would pick this one up over a lot of the U.S. releases, just because some of those are mainly like a harder plastic. And if you want more of that traditional soft kind of Japanese plastic vinyl-ish look, and it's just, for collectors, I would really recommend, even for if you're not a collector, if you just want to get this for somebody, like for a kid, it's softer, it's not really going to hurt anybody, they're not very expensive. Just like I said, shop around, detail's good, paint app's pretty good. I'd say pick it up. That's my final recommendation. If you have any concerns, questions, comments, feel free to list them below. Like, subscribe if you're new, if you'd like to hang out here and see some more content. I'll be back next week with another new toy review. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, and you all have a good one.